Hey everyone, it's Belle here, and today I would like to talk to athletes and parents of athletes about the 4 warning signs you should never ever ignore while you are exerting yourself. I'd like to preface it by saying I completely understand the pressures that come with competing and wanting to be your best, and that inner desire to push yourself to your limit. And I would like to say that you can push your limit safely, and that it's a wonderful experience to do so. But we don't have to be ridiculous or sacrifice our life to push our limits. Not necessary to do so. Okay, so here are the 4 things, right, that 4 warning signs you should never ignore while you are exerting yourself. Number 1, sharp pains. Sharp pains are your body's warning signs that an injury is about to occur. If you do ignore a sharp pain, then you could potentially tear a ligament or suffer a serious break. And in the case of stepping out and letting that, whatever part of that body is, rest for 2 days to 2 weeks, whatever the time is, you'll be saving yourself months and months of recovery, possibly even a surgery and serious medical procedures if you allow that injury to occur. On that note, I understand that there are coaches out there who will push their athletes to fight or play through injuries. If you are experiencing this, please report it to a parent or whoever you think it's appropriate to report it to, because your coach's priority should be your safety. The game, and I believe the competition, actually comes third. First, it's your safety. Second, it's your character. And third, it's the competition. Okay, so that's number 1, short pains. Don't ignore them. Immediately stop. Number 2, shortness of breath. Especially if you have asthma, you're going to want to be careful about this. And you know the difference between feeling shortness of breath and just being out of breath. For example, when you're out of breath, you may have just completed some 10 sprints, right? And you're going, right? But the difference is when you're shortness of breath, you don't get that full inhale. It feels like something's stuck. So when you do feel that, like this is not the same as being out of breath, you have to let your breath recover because you could seriously cause yourself a breathing attack, an asthma attack, or something that could lead to even more serious complications, right? We need to breathe. We need to breathe to stay alive. Fun fact. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, extreme nausea. I had a fun time with extreme nausea one time. I was at a semi-pro tryout and semi-pro soccer tryout. I felt that I was going to be sick, but I didn't want to look weak, and I didn't want the coach to think that I wasn't tough, so I fought through it. And not only did I underperform, but I also did end up throwing up on the field in the middle of this tryout, and the whole tryout had to end because of it. So that was bad for everybody. Don't do it. Also, extreme nausea can lead to more serious complications as well, which will bring us to our next and final point, lightheadedness. If you pushed yourself to the point where you feel lightheaded, you've gone too far. This isn't a healthy way to push your limits. If you pass out, of course you could hit your head, and a whole world of pain could come from that. Potentially even losing your life over, if you hit your head the wrong way. That's very serious. So don't push yourself to the point where you're feeling lightheaded. If you do happen to do that, sit down immediately in case you do pass out, and discontinue all activity. And communicate with the people around you how you're feeling so that they can take care of you if something more serious does happen. So out of all these 4 points, if any of them does occur during your competition, that's your body saying, we need to stop. We need to evaluate what's going on, make sure it's properly taken care of, then we can continue. Because if you listen to your body well, then you will far surpass any limit you could ever possibly imagine, because you are doing it in a smart, safe way. Your body is no doubt incredible and can do fascinating, miraculous things if we take care of it. On a final note, I would like to mention the importance of long-term health. And most of us will not spend our entire lives competing. Even the people who do play in the Olympics, they do retire eventually. And there's so many more facets of life that you get to enjoy when you are finished competing with your sport. Now, you can always play your sport for fun, for sure, but you're going to want to try other things in life, things that maybe require different parts of your body or your mind, and you don't want to place limits on yourself because you didn't properly take care of an injury. So that's just think about not just being a superhero now, but when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, however long you live, that you can have a strong, well cared for engine of a body, okay? So think about these things, and when in the midst of being really upset about having to sit out, and just remember, it's going to be upsetting in the moment, but long term, your body's going to thank yourself, your brain's going to thank yourself, and you're setting an excellent example for the people around you. Very important. Okay, have a great day. Go kick butt. Take care of yourself. Be smart. And yeah. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day.